Today, we start a movement. In a world where people are struggling financially, our goals: first, financial education, then financial freedom, and then royals, wealth. Help us to achieve this goal and build this community. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoy our content, and leave a comment. Today, we become wealthy. Let's briefly try an experiment. Let's say you lack sight. In other words, you can't see. And you have no idea what an automobile is, a car is, truck, anything like that is. You have never been inside a car. And I take you, put you in the fastest or one of the fastest sports cars on the planet, on the busiest freeway slash highway in the world. I tell you to turn the engine on and then tell you to hit the gas as hard as possible and send you flying down that highway. What's going to happen? Well, the highest possibility is there'll be carnage. Someone will be horrifically maimed and or possibly lose their life. Many of us, when we enter the workspace, we are like that driver who can't see, who has never been on a highway and have no idea what an automobile is. But we're expected to hit the busiest freeway on the planet and drive. Meaning, most of us have never had a conversation about money before we enter the workforce. A real conversation. We have no understanding. We certainly didn't learn it from our political leaders, our teachers, in many instances, our parents, because they themselves are ignorant. So we enter the workforce completely ignorant of money. And then we struggle. I don't know about you, but I sure as heck did. Financial ignorance, I think, is one of the primary, it's not the only, but it's one of the primary reasons why billions of us across the world are struggling financially. In other words, everyone else is playing chess and we're playing Ludi. We're playing the wrong game. We don't understand the rules, and the only way we can actually survive is by at first understanding the fundamentals of money. We have to understand the rules of what money is. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Let me say that to you. I'm a reggae artist who has a passion project. My job, my hope is to teach everyone about money. Now, to start things off in our very first video on this topic at Peter Lloyd's World of Wealth, let's quickly look at 7 things you need to know in random order, in no particular order, that will start you on your journey to at first achieving financial literacy, then financial freedom, which for me means you are in a situation where you're making more than you're spending, or you're able to cover your bills comfortably, and then eventually to get you to wealth, to get us to wealth. First, change your money mindset. Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up hearing that the love of money was the root of all evil. Rich people are evil. All persons who acquire wealth, or most of them, acquired wealth by exploiting others. Now, the truth is, if you believe that money is truly evil, you have a quandary. You have a problem immediately, because you cannot exist without money. And to achieve financial freedom, you have to change the way you see money. The thing about most of us as human beings is that we're generally decent people. We generally want to be good human beings. If we associate money with evil, if we associate money with something that is bad, consciously and more often than not unconsciously, we will self-sabotage. We will do everything possible to ensure that we never ever have money. So the first thing is we have to change our mindset. Look at it this way. Money is simply an object. Just like a car is simply a car. A hammer is a hammer. You can use it to hit a nail or hit a human being. It's just an object. In fact, money is actually a global idea that we billions of human beings have all decided on, that we will use this thing in exchange for goods and services. So, money is not evil. Loving money is not evil. Money is just money, and we have to educate ourselves about it. 2, the concept of paying yourself first. I don't know about you, but I was taught that the first thing I should do when I get my pay is to pay all my bills. I kind of think that after working that hard for that pay, you need to take at least 10 to 15% of that money and pay yourself. Now you're going to say, but Peter, I've already been paid. That's why my boss gave me this check. No, you haven't been paid. You've been given enough money to cover your bills. If you want to break out of the cycle of having no money, you have to pay yourself first. So if you get $100, $15 is going to be yours to put aside, not touch. And then the remaining $85 will have to pay your bills. 3, you need to establish something called an emergency fund, meaning you need to put money aside separate and apart from paying yourself, that if there is a problem, let's say there's an accident, let's say something happens to your car if you have one, you lose your job, you will be able to survive and or meet this obligation for the short term. I normally tell people to try and put aside an emergency fund depending on where you live in the world. 4, learn the first law of wealth. First law of wealth is simple, well, according to Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he said it very simply. The rich buy assets, the poor buy liabilities. So your goal is to buy assets and to avoid liabilities as much as is possible. What is an asset? An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. Case in point, you purchase a car. If the car is purchased simply to take you from point A to point B, it's a liability because it's taking money out of your pocket to be maintained. However, if you purchase the car and use that car to rent it to other persons who, when they rent it, they pay you for the use of the car, it is now an asset. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. 5, if possible, increase your income, whether it's to have another job, to create a side hustle, or to become such a good employee, you find it from your boss, how can I get a raise in this company? 6, just start the process. Instead of saying this can't be done, I have no chance, this is hopeless, just take that first step to financial freedom. It's really important to start. Don't work it out in your head, just make the first step. Just say, look, I'm tired of being in this situation. 7th and last for the time being is self-education. You are your greatest investment. Learn as much as you can about money, what money is, everything you know about, you can find out about money. That's where this YouTube channel comes in. By the way, hit that subscribe button. And also secondly, within self-education, you are your greatest asset. You're your greatest investment. Improve yourself, improve your skills, invest in you. Instead of taking the money to buy a Gucci bag, buy a course. Become a better version of yourself. So those are 7 simple things in this first episode of Peter Lloyd's World of Wealth. Remember, our goal is to create first financial education, then financial freedom, then wealth. I love all of you, and I am really tired of all this poverty. And I really think that if we come together as a community, because I want this to be a community, we can break this horrific cycle. Bless up.